Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to share with you guys a recipe for a mini loaf. So we are going to be using half of the ingredients that you would for a regular sized loaf. So for my starter, I like to use 75 grams of starter. You can use 50 if you'd like. I used 75 because I wanted it to ferment a little bit quicker today. I did use about 175 grams of warm filtered water. I mixed these two together until there were no big chunks of starter left over. And then I added about 250 grams of flour. This is unbleached flour. And then I added 5 grams of salt. I did mix everything together once again until there were no more pockets of flour left over. I do like to use a spatula to mix my ingredients because I can clean my bowl as I go. That way there are no like dry chunks on the bowl. So after an hour, I started on my first stretch and fold. I did a little bit of a slap and fold here. Since it is a very small amount of dough, I was able to pick it up easily and just slap it around until it got a little bit smooth. Once I felt like it was smooth enough, I covered it. I let it sit on the counter for about another 30 minutes, and then I did my second set. Here you can see that my dough looks a little bit fluffy. It's starting to get some air bubbles. It is a little bit warmer in my home now, so I feel like the dough is fermenting a bit quicker this time of year. So I let it sit for another 30 minutes and then I did the last set of stretch and folds. I kind of fold the dough into itself as you see here, and you can see the little bubbles starting to form. So I let it sit on the counter for a few hours. Once it was done bulk fermenting, I took it out of the bowl and I started to shape it gently. I do not laminate my dough as most people do, just because I didn't want to get rid of those gas bubbles within the dough. And I just like to do push and pull motions right off of the bowl, and I do it gently until I feel that the dough has enough tension on the surface. You can see some big bubbles right on the top. So I went ahead and floured my bulk up banneton. It is a wood pulp banneton, which I am loving at the moment. I did a caddy clasp for my final shaping. I usually do a double caddy clasp, but since my dough is very small, I did a single caddy clasp, and I went ahead and pinched it a little bit and put it into my banneton. I kind of stitched it a little bit just to give it a little bit of extra tension on it. And once I was happy and the dough felt nice and firm, I went ahead and let it ferment in the refrigerator overnight. Now that I'm ready to bake, I am using my Smartake parchment paper. This is unbleached parchment paper that I've been loving. I like that it comes in this box and I can easily just take out what I need. And it is pre-cut already, so it's perfect to just use. You don't have to be cutting it or anything. I've been using these for all of my recipes lately. So now I am just going to put my dough on my parchment paper. I will also score it, and then I will put it into my preheated Dutch oven at 450 degrees for 30 minutes with the lid on, and about 10 minutes with the lid off, because my oven has been on the warmer side lately because of the weather. My dough weighed about 500 grams before baking. So this is the perfect size if you guys have a small family, or if you want to sell, small loaves or just give out samples. I think it's the perfect size. So here is what the dough looks like after the 30 minutes of baking. I did leave this for an additional 10 minutes, and I do think that my dough was a tad bit overproofed based on the score. It didn't really open up as much, but it's still beautiful. It did not burn from the bottom. So this is the end result. The crumb was absolutely beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. just in case anyone wants to make some beautiful mini loaves. They're so cute and I think they're the perfect size. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in my next one.